Up first thing on a Saturday morning. So this morning, I thought I'd do a cheeky little dragon journey, just to ask Dragon a few questions. Don't know whether you believe in dragons or not. I mean, it's absolutely fine. And Laura and I were having this conversation. Is dragon just like a mythological animal that never existed? Or was dragon actually a thing that people saw, a living being that people could touch and interact with, that's kind of just vanished into another realm? Don't know, wasn't there at the time, right? So, I went on a journey. I went on a shamanic journey this morning to meet with my personal dragon ally, to ask, what are the benefits of working with dragon energies, and like, how do we do that? Can you tell me a little bit more? So Dragon shared with me that she's like the codes of creation. She's like light language almost. And that dragons have the ability and the capacity to assemble all of the elements together. They can sing them all together, to create and manifest form. She said it's like Purusha and Prakriti, those two kind of basic elements of creation, like pure energy or consciousness, and form coming into creation. And we can work with dragons to help manifest or bring things into reality, like they do. And what they need from us are intentions. Yeah, that's just a little taster of what the dragon energy has shared. So we're going to be going into that in a bit more detail with Laura's activation, null meditation.
Thank you very much. And I just also pressed recording, which I forgot to do beforehand. So for those that are just tuning in now, Anita and me are facilitating the ceremony. Anita is now going to start leading us into the space. She's going to set the space, cast a circle, and invite in the elements, and then I will guide you into like a little bit of a workshop. We're going to workshop some dragon power energy with you, and there's also going to be some share. So it'll be a bit interactive once the cacao is settled in and we allow ourselves to explore this magical creature within us. And why we're doing all this is that, so sorry to have to repeat this again for everyone who's live, but Anita and me met through cacao. We're both Keys cacao practitioners, and we're really fascinated by mythical creatures. We're both in the UK, and we are holding our first retreat, the Dragon and Cacao retreat, together in Wales and Snowdonia, where there's an actual literal dragon mountain. And the cacao from Guatemala that we're using, obviously we know as embodiment medicine, and I'm pretty sure that everyone's that is joining today has had some ceremonial cacao in some shape or form, or in some occasion. Nowadays it's quite normal. However, just to remind you, also for those that might have got it as like a little treat instead of coffee here and there, it is a really powerful medicine. It's not psychedelic. However, it can take you really, really deep when you allow yourself to go there, because in the end it is us, it's our body, it's our psyches, our soul, and our emotions that really do the work. And we have those tools that resonate with us, that help us to accept what's there, that help us do the shadow work, or that help us do the expansive work. But cacao is incredible in activating these like neurochemical connections that we need, and also relax our body in trust and safety, so that we feel safe to do this work. And so cacao really is an embodiment medicine. It is a medicine that brings you in the body and wants you to live and wants you to thrive living. And that's something we're both passionate about. And I'm really, really grateful that Anita now is starting with the ceremony, with the spirit connection. And I can't wait what messages come through, because we all know when spirit talks, sometimes we have something to plan. Like I usually have all the plans, and then they don't go to plan because spirit has other ideas, and Anita is the one that will guide us now into that connection, and trust that you have this connection too. We all have it in some way or shape or form. And this is also a big reason why we work together, don't we, Anita? Like we want people to realize that there's nothing outside that they need to seek.
The essence of our divinity is in our heart, which is the portal to our divinity. And yeah, it's available to everybody. I just want to check in with everyone. Does everyone have cacao? Who's going to drink cacao today?
Yeah. Do we need to make it? Yeah. Okay.
Oh, hi, Gina. Yes, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
Sorry, I couldn't get on. I've just got on. Hi, everybody.
Hello. Hi.
Hello.
Yeah,
Darling. Hey, Gina.
love
Hi.
the goblet,
Yeah.
Alexandra.
You've got a goblet of cacao.
Yeah.
So what I'm just to run everyone through, I'm going to open space. That's like calling in the directions, and then do a guided meditation to for drinking the cacao, and just leading us into the cacao drinking part of the process. And then Laura's going to go into a activational dragon meditation. Yeah.
So yeah, if you don't have your cacao right in this moment, it's fine. Gina, you just prepare. This is perfect time whilst Anita is setting the space, and this can really influence your cacao making now. And for everyone else that has the cacao, this is a good time to start holding it in your hand, start connecting, whilst Anita is calling in the space and the circle, to also connect with yourself and with all the elements within you that are now settling in here into this present moment, and with what intention you're coming. Anita, I'll give it over to you.
To the winds of the south, great serpent, wrap your coils of light around us. Teach us to shed our skins. Teach us to shed our past the way you shed your skin. Teach us to live lightly and walk upon the earth lightly. Show us the beauty way. To the winds of the west, mother, sister jaguar, protect our medicine space and sacred cacao circle. Teach us the way of peace, to live impeccably, to face our fears. Show us the way beyond death. To the winds of the north, beautiful hummingbird. To the ancient ones, the grandmothers, the grandfathers, our ancestors, come and warm your hands by our fire and sit in circle with us. Show us your ancient ways and traditions, and show us how to remember, how to live in community. Help us to mine our beautiful ancestral gold. And may we be the sweetness that other hummingbirds come to sip from. To the winds of the east, eagle, condor, come to us from the place of the rising sun. Keep us under your wing and show us how to fly, wingtip to wingtip, with great spirit. Show us how to see things from a different perspective. Teach us how to fly with grace and ease. Mother Earth, Pachamama, we are gathered here today for the healing of all of our people. The stone people, the plant people, the four-legged, the two-legged, the creepy crawlies, the finned, the furred, the winged ones, all of our relations. Thank you, Pachamama, for keeping us grounded. the Father Sun, Grandmother Moon, to the great star nations. Great Spirit, you who are known by 1,000 names, and you who are the unnameable one, thank you for bringing us together and allowing us to sing the song of life. And with our hands on our hearts, to the direction of the center, our hearts, our sacred hearts, a portal to our own divinity. May we be informed by you. May we give, receive, and express true love in our lifetimes. Aho. And I call in our true, pure, genuine and authentic guides, guardians, guardian angels, archangels, legions and beings of 100% pure love, light and benevolence. Our ancestors, our plant spirit allies, our power animals, those of you who wish to come in today to stand with us, to be with us in ceremony, you are so welcome. And we thank you for your presence here today. Aho. And I declare our places, our spaces to become blessing fields within which magic, healing miracles will occur. And now declare our sacred spaces open. So just coming into your bodies, wiggling your butt on the seat you're sitting on. And taking a breath in to your bellies. And filling up your belly with air all the way up to the top of your rib cage, up to your collarbone, and holding it there completely full for 1, 2, 3, and then exhaling gently through your mouth. Until there's nothing left inside of you, no air. You're at the belly of your exhale, completely empty. And now I'd like you to inhale into your heart. So placing your hands on your heart, inhale into your heart. And as you inhale into your heart, feel your heart expand with love, joy, and happiness, the exalted qualities of the heart. And start to smile at your heart and feel the warmth of your heart increasing. And on your exhale, take these feelings of love, joy, and happiness and breathe them into your body, suffusing every cell in your being with love, joy, and happiness. Now breathe into your heart again, feeling your heart expand even more with more love, more joy, more happiness, and feel your heart smiling back at you, holding it there. And now breathing those qualities softly into every single cell of your body and out into your auric field, feeling your field tingle with pleasure. And now picking up your cacao and placing her just under your nose. And now I'd like you to breathe the aroma of cacao into your heart. Inhaling this beautiful medicine into your heart, combining the heart-opening properties of cacao with your beautiful sacred heart, and allowing the alchemy of your heart to mix with this powerful medicine, and breathing it out into every single cell of your being, into your auric field. And now placing the cacao at your heart center, feeling the connection between your heart and Mama Cacao, nestled in your chest. And setting the intention, a group intention, of love for ourselves and between ourselves. And I invite you all to create and set your own personal intentions for ceremony today. And when you're done, open your eyes back up. So now we're going to drink, and I'd love you all to take your very, very first sip of cacao, allowing her to roll across your tongue and into the bottom of your mouth. Mm. And as you take your second sip, embodying your intention, allowing it to sink into your being more deeply. Allowing that intention to embed itself within every single cell of your being. So when you act from that place of intention and manifest that intention into your reality. Taking your third sip, feeling your body tingle with pleasure, feeling your cells light up with the power and the magic of your intention. And see, feel, and imagine your auric field lighting up with the colors of your intention. And feel the warmth and the glow of your heart shining out, connecting with the light of your intention. And may our intentions be guided and informed by the love from our hearts. Aho.
Thank you very much, Anita. Is there something you want to still share before I move on? I think that comes through.
That is all.
That will be all then. Thank you, everyone. Continue to sip your cacao in your own time. And whilst we are doing this, whilst we drink our cup and really like connect to ourselves and our intention, I also would like to connect and share and witness you in sharing what draws you to the dragon. So just to be, just to voice a little bit or to start for yourself, because intention setting can be, out of my own experience, can be a bit heady and also like constructive, like what do I want, but it often, when we are not coherent with our mind and our subconscious, then the intentions usually aren't as powerful. So what we want to do is we really bring them together, we align them again. And so as we are talking about the dragon and cacao, and you're all here, it would be really beautiful to hear from some of you what draws you to the dragon, or what is the dragon to you, or the connection with cacao, just to have an idea of what brought you here. And I would just say we go very old-fashioned alphabetical order. You don't have to say anything, but just so we kind of move through, because we have limited amount of time, and like in the next kind of 5 to 10 minutes, I'd like to just have a quick share and get an idea. So if Alexandra could start sharing, that'd be
amazing. So for me to get a ceremony in English, so I will try. What brought me to the dragons? I think 2019, I was in the depression phase of depression, and I did an online shamanic journey, and this was the first time I realized the dragons in my field on a conscious way. And then after that, I saw so many dragons already there, like books of dragons and all the dragons my kids are playing with. And for me, it's like coming home, but I can't really point it out. So it's for me a lot of heart medicine, and just to step here in the space, already my tears are falling, not in a not nicht konstant, durchgehend.
Yeah, no, yeah, not all the time, not like flooding, but just
Yes,
gently dripping. Yeah.
yes, thank you. And yes, it's the essence I feel really drawn to and can't really point it out. So it's like home, but not in the way of thinking about, just feeling. Oh, just. Nicht nur ein Gefühl, also nicht nur so wie zu klein.
Yeah, it's not only an emotion, but there's something more, something potent, but at the same time, it also feels natural, right? It's like,
Yes, yes,
yeah, and I
thank
think many can relate, Alexandra. I'm really happy that you were the first to share. Thank you so much for this.
thank you.
So, in a way, this is an amazing intention. So you knew for a long time now. I mean, you probably always knew subconsciously, but consciously it started to make themselves known. Then your conscious mind gets curious and like, okay, how can we explore this more? So being here feels like, it's not only me. Now it's like you consciously allowed it for your own self, and now you also realize, wait, there's others that do that too. Okay, this is yeah, lovely. There's something here. It's almost like Anita earlier said, like the dragons help you to make manifest a longing if you clear the intention. Thank you. Anna, would you like to share a word or two? You can also write it in the chat if you can't be unmuted.
Hello, I hope you can hear me. I'm sorry, I have my camera off. I'm a little bit ill. Excuse me. I've been kind of similar to Alexandra. I've been kind of drawn to these energies, and they've been appearing in my dreams and in the clouds and little signs here and there. And I've been working with CACAO for many years now, and I find it really beautiful that you've put together these two energies. For me, the dragons have been really good teachers on how to overcome fears without having to run away from them, or without having to, you know, everyone thinks about the dragons as evil creatures that we need to slay, but I think we need to fly with them instead. They have so much to teach us, and really beautiful energies to empower. So yeah, I'm really drawn to them, and I find it really beautiful that we have a container to work with CACAO and the dragons, which can be both heart openings in like different energies, but so complementary. So thank you so much for holding space today. I'm really excited to be here with you all. Thank you. Oh, I think you're on mute, Laura.
You're on mute, Laura.
Thank you so much. I was just going to say that thank you, Anna, for voicing this, because Anita and me also have highlighted in the last weeks in our Instagram live videos and conversations that in the Aztec tradition, the winged serpent Quetzalcoatl, which is basically a dragon, has brought CACAO to the humans. So sometimes, you know, especially now in our current spiritual bubbles, we sometimes think the new age brings together loads of things. Suddenly there's mermaids and unicorns, and there's CACAO, and there's ayahuasca, and it's all a bit like all over the place. But when you really look closely, you really find very meaningful and potent connections, and specifically between the dragon and CACAO. And so we are fusing a few bits together here, but it's also not coming from anywhere. It's actually a thing. Dragon and CACAO do belong together. They're not just a random like, oh, let's just pick cherry here and an apple there. They do work innately. And then Gina, would you like to share what drew you to the dragon? And yeah, sorry, I have to unmute yourself. There we go.
Yeah.
Yes, perfect.
Hi, everybody. Yeah, this is quite new to me. This is my first actual ceremonial CACAO ceremony that I've shared with people. So that's really lovely. Thank you very much. Thank you, Anita, and thank you all of you. You're all beautiful. The only thing I can say with the dragon, the connection that I've had, once I did a shamanic journey in with a friend,
and I didn't really know what I was doing, and I see this eye, and I just knew it was a dragon's eye, and it was out of my left side, and the eye was just there, and it was coming closer and closer and closer, and just as if it was just watching me, but with love. I didn't feel any, like, I didn't feel scared or fear or any. It was just, I just felt so much love. It was insane. And I said to the shaman who was doing this with me, she said it was a dragon, and it was just beautiful, just to let you know that they're there and watching you and keeping an eye on you, and just there when you need them. And if I wanted to connect more, then I should have done more, but I haven't done anything with it. But I've always thought dragons are just really interesting and intriguing and mysterious and amazing and mystical and everything. Never anything bad. And if anybody's seen the House of Dragons, you know, it's just great. So yeah, that's about it. With the cacao is beautiful. I've got Anita's cacao here, and it is just delicious and fabulous and feels amazing. I think cacao always makes you feel happy. You know, you get caffeine, you know, thing off of coffee and teas and things, but I can't explain what you get from cacao. It just makes you feel beautiful, doesn't it?
Yes.
That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Gina. Yes, it makes us feel beautiful, absolutely. And then that's all the endorphins that we produce, and the, you know, all the phenylethylamine, the basically love and bliss chemicals that cacao has. That helps it, or it helps us to activate it within us, which is also funny. Again, this is not something necessarily that we need from the external source. It's actually, we have that within us, and cacao just gives us an extra top up of that and reminds us that we can use it. And lovely that you said about the dragon's eye and how you felt loved. And again, this connection of like, wow, with cacao we feel beautiful, with the dragon we feel like strong, and also that we can face our fears, and we feel loved. We have two basically secrets of the universe here, I feel, that really help us to do whatever we want to do if we believe in ourselves. Thank you.
Yeah, she said to me that when the dragon comes to you in journeying, or you know, that they have two hearts, and they give you one of their hearts, which I thought was a beautiful thing to say.
That's powerful. Thank you very much for sharing.
Yeah. Thank you.
And then we have Jasmine. Would you like to share or send a message in the chat? Maybe we have to jump over a few now. Kali, can you do you want to share what connects you to the dragon? Also, if you're not here, Miriam, same. I haven't seen you on camera, so whoever's Miriam, perfect. She's on camera now. That's wonderful.
Hi. Do you hear me?
Kali's here as well. Thank you. Oh, great. That makes me relieved. Okay, then let's start with Kali. Can you share? And then we go.
Yes. My phone, so I'm a bit confused about Zoom because I haven't been here in a long time. So sorry that I'm not on camera. But yeah, so dragons. Well, I'm born on the year of the dragon, so that's sort of from birth. I have thought about it quite a lot. But yeah, it sort of is like the doorway to the world of magic since childhood for me. And right now I'm feeling quite lost and fearful and doubtful in my life. So like the dragon just doesn't give no shits. So I love that energy about it, and that's something I really want to embody in myself, because I'm really lost. Like I haven't been this low in years, and yeah, I just look up to the dragon.
Thank you, Karina. That's a big part of why we gather today, I'd say. For me, at least, it definitely is. So I hope we can activate something there that helps you move through this phase. And Miriam.
I think I just got a reconnection when I was on my pilgrimage 3 years ago, when I saw the mountains in Austria, and it was all like there's so many dragons sleeping in the stones, you know, like transformation from they're just waiting, or just in another time zone, slower at the moment, and just coming back. And that was the first feeling or emotion with them. And then I just realized how present they are in daily life, more or less. In so many, like Alexandra told, like the kids have dragons to play with. It's such a natural, ordinary thing, but it's the connection that is just missing. And yeah, and then it's just some kind of source. I think for me, it's just a source of energy and a source of this getting connected with my inner fire to get it reconnected to it. And yeah, so this is that's it.
Perfect. Yeah, the inner fire. Yeah, we see the dragons that spy fire, that spit fire, right? So they have it within us, within themselves. So we have too. Thank you, Miriam. Good reminder. And Nadia, and then Verena, and then we move on.
Hi everyone, so lovely to be here with you today. Sorry I was a bit late. So for me, actually, I was connected to the dragon thanks to Laura. And I think, when was it? Was it a year ago at your ceremony?
In Glastonbury, yeah, summer.
Summer,
Probably
yeah.
a lot, yeah, almost to the day. It feels like it was a dragon heart cacao ceremony.
Exactly. So that was the first time for me. And before that, I was like, oh gosh, like I know many of you have shared that, you know, that those creatures that can tend to be scary and fantasy world. And my mind was like, oh, this is not real. And, you know, it's a whole load of BS, pardon my French. But then something really magical happened, as it always does with Laura. But it was that real, I think, yeah, alchemy between the cacao and the dragon. For me, the words that came up still in that ceremony was, I know someone mentioned that courage, obviously courage means from the heart, that fearlessness, and also like, yeah, that sort of, what just came up now was that the alchemy between the dragon energies and the cacao really allow you to go even deeper into your emotions and really accepting them and feeling them, however hard and challenging that may be, to then like transmute and transform that with those two beautiful energies. So yeah, I feel it's really, really potent and powerful. And for me, what's been coming up in terms of the intention is, and I feel that's dragon and cacao really bring that to life, is that sort of aligned, I know it's a bit of a buzzword, but that aligned action. And another word was also like really to honor like each and everyone's unique authority and not be afraid to really tap into that. So yeah, that's it from me. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So, like Kalina, I'm also born in the year of the dragon. So I guess the dragon was there all the time when I was like a late teenager, almost adolescent. I think that's how you say it. I even wanted to get a dragon tattoo. I never did. I never got any tattoo. So that's why not the dragon. Otherwise, it would have been the dragon. Dragon was always there in some ways. And Anita, the introduction was so beautiful. I was so connected. I really missed feeling that way. So this was really good for me. In a while, I haven't felt that. So thank you so much for this connection. And now when you all were talking, I was like, no, I'm not talking. I'm not saying anything. I'm so within. I don't want to say anything. But like this was the perfect thing. Now I feel ready to talk. In the beginning, I wouldn't have been. So thanks for the alphabetical order. And just now I feel also the like my blood pumping through the veins, and it feels almost like the dragon blood pumping through my veins. That's very interesting. I'm usually not so much with these kind of pictures or like imagining something, but yeah, I like that very much. And the connection I can set between like the dragon and my intention, I even haven't thought about this in the beginning when I set the intention, is for me it's about also wealth and like building my business, so getting more successful with the business. And dragons are said to protect some treasure, aren't they? So I think they are really connected actually to treasure and to money or whatever in our society is worthy. And I think that's really, really good for me to also connect with the dragon for my business, actually, to get also this part more flowing. So all in all, thank you so much.
Thank you, Velina. I love the various like gates and portals that we have towards the dragon, and how each and one of us has a bit slightly different kind of angle they come from. And the treasure keepers is very true. The name etymologically, dragon, roots down to guardian. So and that then comes from guardian, the gold that we see in like the Hobbit, and think about the Dragon Mountain. And but really it is also how Anita said in the introduction, let us alchemize the pain and what ancestrally is there into our gold, mine our gold as well. So that's also what they're guarding within us, but not to keep from us, not at all. They're actually helping us to find it again, and because it's there, they just help us to take care of it as well. So now thank you all for this. I would really love to take the time now that you just go in. We just do it Keith style. Close your eyes, go within. Boom, boom. Activate that. Cacao is flowing. Yes, we put the cup aside. We had a bit of time for Gina, who hasn't really been in a cacao ceremony yet. It takes a bit of time sometimes for the cacao to really activate. So this is why we do a bit of sharing first. And now we have to come back though to ourselves. So I'm going to meet you all. And unless, Anita, by the way, you're always allowed to fall into my word if there's something coming through. I know Spirit doesn't listen to plans. So I'm just leaving Anita unmuted, just in case she has to drop a truth bomb or something.
I just want to say how beautiful everybody's shares were. They were so precious and so valuable and so insightful. So I just want to say thank you for those.
It makes us feel
Oh,
really.
actually,
oh, please, Ria, of course, please.
I know I'm mindful of the time, but I actually feel like my share's it kind of brings in a lot of what everyone was saying. So I just wanted to share that the dragon has been with me since I was little. My imaginary friend Lolly ran away with a dragon when I was 4. So I've been seeing dragons since I was little. So that's the childlike. And then your child's on the screen as well. How beautiful. So going back to how children have access to these ethereal beings because they're not, in that conditioned place where they've been disconnected from magic. And then in later life, I've managed to find my way back to fairy energy, which I use in my business and just in my play. And then last year, I connected deeply with Lilith, who for me is dragon energy, but she's the powerhouse, fire, angry, independent, strong, empowered woman. So she brought out my raw sexuality that, again, the good girl had been conditioned to put away in a box. So the two combined, and I feel like it's very relevant today, is I have dragonfly energy, fairy energy with me today. And it's the mixture of the playful, childlike energy with the dragonfly flitting about, going from marsh to marsh, and it's that fun, light, believing in magic, but also for me, it's the having tantric massage today and being allowed to be in my expression as a woman, be in my power and use my voice. So it's the two combined, and that's for me is dragon energy. So it's perfect that it's today. Thank you.
Thank you. Wow.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm sorry I had my little dragon come in for a moment. He is actually the one that connected me with the dragons. As soon as I got pregnant, everywhere were dragons. I was mad. So again, I love this connection. Thank you, Ria, for the children, and that the play plus the fierceness. And that's also part of our power. So I tell you the secret of the universe right now, right here, in the Western mystery tradition, right, in the Avalon pathway I'm on. Your power lies in joy. And I know you've probably heard it from many spiritual gurus in some way or shape or form. And they make it also complex because our brain wants it to be complex. But really, it's very, very simple. Find your joy, find your ecstasy, do more of that. And that's what we do now. Because sometimes it can be really hard to follow our joy because we need to build up our capacity to receive more, or to express more. We've all been throughout the centuries, when we think about Lilith, right, the serpent, the power of the woman, the creation power, like we are the ultimate creators. We've been suppressed for thousands of years, really. But when we think about what happened before, the goddess cult, you know, the Venus of Willendorf, like we know archaeologically there's been only the goddess before there even came a god. But nevertheless, over centuries and thousands of years, the goddess got more and more suppressed. So now we find ourselves, we're awakening to that feminine power, and, you know, also allow the dragon to become our friend, to fly the dragon instead of suppress it or slay it. But after so many years of conditioning, of not believing in ourselves, this can be sometimes a bit hard. We really have to relearn that. And that's why we're here. That's really what we do. Not to try to convince you, because I think you all know this, you all feel it, otherwise we would be here. It's more so, okay, how can we take the next step? So close your eyes, go within, and find that cacao in your heart, like, you know, in your blood, in your cells. Remember the breath, the breathing in cacao into your heart. You can do that again. I thought it was really, really beautiful. Imagine breathing into your belly and your heart. You can also we do that just for a moment. Breathe in your belly, breathe in your heart, and then breathe out. So with your nose, you inhale belly, inhale heart, exhale through the mouth. Inhale belly, inhale heart, exhale through the mouth. And again, just to come really closely within and feel, activate through your breath. The more you breathe, and hold it there for a moment as well. Hold the breath, the oxygen, the life force that we breathe day to day, moment by moment. Hold it, feel your body expanding through it and alive, and the cells tingling with cacao. And with the dragon breath of fire, breathe it out. And come in again. And here, with that cacao in yourself, the activation and the longing of the dragon, let's activate our acceptance for all that is first, before we even do something, before we even try to like get over some blockages. We actually want to remove that language now. We're not going to trying to get over anything. We are now finding in this very moment, not in the past, not in the future, in this very moment, the perfection of how it all is. We're gathering together with women that you have never heard of, that long to connect in this space, that share something with you, the beauty of that, the beauty of having had that cacao in your heart flowing in your body, the beauty of you in this very moment, even when, you know, we have our little like flaws and what we're not, insecurities and such, but in this very moment, just sitting here, feeling connected to yourself and to others, feeling excited and also hopeful. You're probably here also because you think being here will help you move forward in some way, shape, or form. So the perfection of this moment of like anticipation as well. Something could change, and something will eventually change. And when we find this perfect, imperfect moment of simply being human, whilst also excited about all the possibilities of being ourselves, we can find acceptance. And here I want you now to allow whatever is blocking you in some way, or whatever you feel is hindering you, or you're longing, to come up and accept it. Just to bring it up, say like, here I am in my perfect state, present moment. I am in acceptance. It's safe for you to come up. So this signals your inner child or your subconscious belief that, okay, I'm heard, I'm listened to. And for yourself, so whatever intention you came here with, if it is a longing, like, okay, what might have kept you from, exploring that further? Or if you're feeling lost, okay, then bring that sensation up, the desperation, or the feeling smallness, or insecure, or feeling like, oh, I'm just not being seen or recognized or successful enough, whatever this is, bring it up. With that acceptance, allow it to take the center stage. And the only thing you need to do right now is to be curious. And as soon as we are accepting and are present in the moment, we have a key to unlock curiosity. And when we are curious, we can't be judgmental. These two can't coexist. So as soon as you find yourself judging yourself or someone else, get curious instead. And now imagine and really feel it taking over. Feel the power of what it has within you. Me, there's an unconscious block. There's something that, I've been struggling for years and years and years. And it's like this second full moon in Capricorn is really the ultimate challenge, the test. It really unearths it. So allow this to get bigger and really feel its power. Like, feel the grip it has on your heart. Feel how it suddenly, where do you feel it? Like, I always feel it coming over like a grip on my heart. Yeah, it's like, oh, okay, stop. It's too much. I can't have more. This is not allowed. I'm not good enough. That sort of stuff. For you, it might be something that presses on your head, or like pulls your feet and, doesn't allow you to move forward. Or, I don't know, anxiety. How does anxiety feel? It might also make you numb. But just feel its power. Notice, become aware. You can feel different things, but become aware consciously how powerful this is. Yeah. And that power, you might now even want to start seeing like it's almost like a dragon. It's so powerful, literally, right? It might be red, it might be green, it might have fire or water power, whatever, but it's definitely more powerful than you. That's how it feels, because it overcomes you. And then I want you to realize that this is you. That this is not completely you, but this is a part of you. This might be a subconscious part, an inner child. Maybe if it's a self-worth issue, most likely it's a really old thing. It's a recent thing, like a money belief, might be a societal or parental belief that you started to believe yourself. But we know how strong placebo effect is. It's our mind starting to believe something. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. But it's you telling yourself that. So that dragon that you're just noticing to become aware, and that power is literally your own power. Even if you don't rationally or consciously are feeling that you have the control over, but nonetheless it is you. Can you sit with that for a moment? Not trying to change it whatsoever, just recognizing it, seeing it take more and more shape, more and more form, maybe feeling it stronger as a sensation in your body. Like, even if you feel that heart clenching, like, how can you imagine a dragon clenching around your heart? How do they look? How do they smell? How do they feel? And with that awareness that it is actually part of you and your own power, can you become more curious? Like, wow, why am I using my power to hinder myself? And I want you to ask yourself that right now. So you just get curious and inquisitive. Ask this part, this dragon, this part of you, however it comes. Why are you here? Why don't you want me to move forward? I am listening now. And just listen. First, there might be nothing. Tell it, I recognize your power. I see how strong you are. You don't need to become even stronger. I'm here now. I'm finally facing you. Again, listen. If it's something in the external, if you feel like you can't access any information from within, maybe it's a bird outside your window that you suddenly hear. Take just note of everything that you can, but preferably within. It's the color, a word, a vision, maybe it's a memory that's coming up. And particularly that dragon, if it is a dragon you can see. Again, when did you start to connect with the dragons? That can also give you a clue from which time this inner part is coming from. You know, it might look like a dragon that you had in a notebook or in a fantasy book that you read when you were 5. Or it might be something that came up much later in your life. And again, breathe and listen. What do they want you to know? For now, you might have to revisit this again. So if it's a longer conversation that you have to have. But trust that you get the first step. Trust that you get the first message. Note it down if you need to. And again, reaffirm them like you're powerful. I know you are, you don't need to prove it. I can see it now. And I can see now that is me, that is so powerful. And I want us to work together. I don't want you to be anywhere different or someone else. I want us to work together. That's what you tell yourself. And now we affirm this in our physical self, because there might still be contraction. I for sure know that there's still contraction. And so please physically go into that contraction. Hold your fists really strongly. If there is, if no, you can just connect with that inner part and like allow yourself to, work together. But if you still feel resistance, then feel physically the fists, how they're contracting, and how this is our control, and how we're trying to separate and be separate. Through control, through contracting, we can't connect fully, right? It's like there's a wall, we're on defense. And so to reaffirm that we are now open and opening to that connection, Feel the contractions gently releasing. We actively open our clenched fists, we're relaxing our shoulders in the back, and we're just taking a posture of reception. We let our defense fall down. We breathe in and we arrive and say, here I am with you. I'm open to what you have to say. And this is all that you need to do for today. And it might help you to see how powerful you are. And ask that inner dragon now to come with you into your day. And that even if it's fear, I tell you, there's nothing more powerful to ask your own fear to sit with you and have a piece of chocolate cake, or in our case, a cup of cacao. I tell you, this is working. Take your dragon and ask them, that power, that block, whatever it is, like, come with me throughout my day. Please, I want to take you with me in my life. And I want you to tell me, whenever we're encountering something new, what you perceive. And let's start that conversation. Let's start becoming friends now. And in this moment, you might even feel something releasing within you, some like sigh of relief of like, oh, okay, I am accepted. Because in the end, you are accepting yourself. And you can allow the dragon to come, sit on your shoulder, coil around your body, rise up and out. And we breathe in the belly and into the heart again, and exhale, in, out. Inhale, belly, inhale, heart. Hold the breath. Hold, hold, hold. Feel how it's coming together within you. Whilst you're relaxing your body, don't tense, don't contract, and breathe out. Open your eyes. Reflect back now with that, really present embodied sense of your human being on the part that you might have uncovered here, discovered, and that you have unearthed. Is it sitting with you? Can you sense it? Or can you feel it in your body? But with eyes open, really in your human embodied self, like, wow, yeah, I've just done this. I'm aware of it now. I'm aware of that power, even if you can't direct it. And if you want to share a word or two, please feel free to do that in the chat. If not, just arrive, slowly arrive back. We won't go into this, we don't have the space and time to actively transform this power into what we want, but you do have it, it's yours, right? So it is that I just want to affirm this. And this is what Anita and me are doing. This is why we are holding our retreat, right? We want to bring together all these parts, but you can do this. No, there's no one else outside of you. You might just need some specific guidance or the help, but really when we activate that dragon power, we have to become aware of it. This is the mind. We have to be conscious of it. We have to feel it in our body and also in our heart. We have to believe in our worth and in our power. And we have to not only know it in a rational sense, but also believe it. And that's the subconscious. And when these are aligned, and I know this word aligned, but it's true, when these are in the same, when they're working together, when they are making friends with each other, this is when the dragon can coil. This is when the Kundalini can rise. But if we block one part off, if we try to solve it all in the head, that's why talking therapy sometimes takes years and years and years and years, because it's just in the head. There's nothing that can rise. It's blocked still. You might have resolved it here, but it still doesn't work. So and this is a Western problem often, we might all know rationally what's the case, and still we don't have the success in business, and still we don't have the love life that we crave, and still we don't have the health, even though rationally we know what's going on. We have to at some point open up and connect all the dots. Anita, is there something you wanted to share that came through you?
Yeah, so that was a beautiful healing meditation, Laura. Thank you. I found this big area in my small intestine, which was something like a curse that my mother put on me when I was a child. It was almost like an ultimatum, like, if you come into your power, I'm not going to love you. And it was like a threat. And so yeah, I'm going to be working with this energy now to kind of transmute it and dissolve it. I think, yeah, it's really interesting what it brought up. So apart from working with it, what's also coming through now, which I'd really like to share, is a light language blessing to assist everybody with this journey of discovery and healing. So I'd really like to share that with you now. That's coming through quite strongly. So yeah, just please relax and sit back and allow the codes to permeate your being. Iachta stukiana moera makoera orta stukiana makaachta. Iana mora tustokoera makaachta. Iana mora stukentura makaach. Iachta ni ach tush orta stukuantarama. Iachta rabakoi oira bala stukuendara makoeta. Dia do stukoera ma. Ero stora makoetara makaachta. Shui doina maka orta la paist quila lithiana maka orta. Di onda da maka. Istuira da maka. Da kai. Ia loe lachtis tu kuntor maka ai. Ia la moida stu koid achta.
Thank you, Anita. If you don't know what's happening, just ask yourself, what if? What if it would be all possible? What if it's just energy and I don't have to solve it in my brain? Something to also take away with you. Yes, Verena also sent something as her share of something familiar to what Anita said. A lot of love for her mum, the version of her when I was approximately 3 or 4. Interesting, yeah, that sort of time, which makes sense, right? Being a mum myself, I know, like, of course, when the children 3, 4, 5, like, come into their power, they can be very overpowering toddlers, and so even it doesn't have to do. I also want for those that feel like, yeah, but my mom was always great. Like, this is not an either or situation, and right? It's like our parents often did just exactly what the best they could do. And sometimes when you're overstimulated and in a society where you're not supported as a parent, you know, when you're stressed yourself and then having a child that's so powerful, it is very, very common. And I think this is why a lot of us have this issue, that then the parent snaps or makes us feel like we're too much, or we can't be coming in our power, we have to behave. It's so common because we in our society, we don't have the support system anymore as we're meant to be, which would make children thrive. Hence why, especially our generation and the generation before us, even stronger, because, you know, they were even more under the drill, almost like military drill, can't have this, like, this feeling of not able to express themselves fully. So we can have compassion for that, whilst also knowing we need to step out of that pattern. Yeah. Praise our dragons. Thank you so much, everyone, for this. And feel free to keep the shares going. Is there someone that wants to speak something in the space? Yeah, Jasmine.
Hi, gorgeous ladies. Thank you so much for this beautiful ceremony. It's interesting talking about the mother and daughter bond, because I felt like I was connecting to a potential future daughter or a spirit child of mine, and that it got me really emotional, thinking she's actually going to be so much more powerful than me. And it was actually a beautiful feeling to feel that, rather than a feeling of jealousy, which I received from my mother. It's beautiful to see that the power can just increase in the next generations, rather than wanting them to be on our levels. Yeah, it was really beautiful. I'm feeling really emotional thinking about it and feeling it still. And this is the first time I've really connected with dragon medicine. And there was this big green dragon, and it was like a feminine dragon. And as I was touching her scales and moving them up, she turned like a really beautiful pink. So you know them t-shirts that you get, and they've got sequins, and one way it's one color, and if you lift them up, they go another color. It was like that on her scales. So she was pink one way, and then if I slid them back down, she would go green. And then she transformed from this huge, huge dragon into like a little pocket one, and she was sitting on my shoulder, which is really cute.
Wow, I love this, Jasmine. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, thank you.
It's so much power in this space. Beautiful. We get so lost. Just have to become aware of it. This is really what I'm so grateful you you participated so actively, and also like we still have a bit more time for shares. I just want to emphasize this because it's also needed for Anita and me, where we do this work and we're so in our work that sometimes it's we like, but you know, do others even understand what we're talking about? Does this even make sense? You know, and you showing up for yourself is also you showing up for us as space holders, because we're like, this work is actually works, and we know it obviously we know it from us, but having a group of women that come together, and also men, but right now we have only the women here, but we know it does work, and it helps us to have that as a mirror as well and see. And this is really why we're working together. We've been talking to Marcos Petchet yesterday, and we had like a little webinar, almost like podcast that we recorded, and I'll send it to you all next week. You'll love it. Because he's bringing it down to like even the physical and alchemy side of things. There's a few like interesting things there to be aware of, and just to the highlighting of the interplay, you know, of the mental, the understanding, the inner work, you know, bringing the subconscious up, but also the body, like working through the physical, and then the spiritual, like trusting that connection, trusting the messages that come through, and how important it is to work holistically and not just thinking one way. It has to work it all into place. Like when we think about the dragon, it's the magical, mythical creature, but yeah, I mean, what does it have to do with me in my day-to-day life? Even the feeling that it gives you when you open a fairy tale book or you think about the dragon and makes you feel a bit excited, that is an important part of the cauldron, of the potion, of the holistic medicine. It all interplays. Never underestimate the power of these little things, especially the little things. And yeah, Anita, do you want to share something about our work here, as maybe also the retreat? If there's questions about that, please also feel free to ask them.
Yeah, first of all, I'd just like to invite Ria. Did you want to share anything about your journey just now?
I haven't quite landed yet, but definitely the mother child. Just so much shame and lack in my body. And it does come from childhood. But it also comes from being a woman and trying to find my place in this world and feeling enough and being brave enough to be in my power and let my child be in his power without letting fear dictate how we move. So I'm just purging a lot of that at the moment. Releasing it so I can make space for more expansion. Oh. 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 Oh God, dragon energy doesn't fuck around, does it? Oh.
Ria, this is the time when you really, when you feel the fear is contraction, right? You can actively, physically, somatically tell your body you're safe, to feel it all and release it by making space in your body. And whenever there's a contraction, say like, I let go, I'm safe. When you are safe, and you are with Anita, that's the beautiful thing. You actually are in that physical safety as well.
I don't feel out of control. It just feels really, it's like the, you know, the feeling when you birth, where it's like the contractions aren't bigger than you, but they're just really intense.
Yeah, keep breathing through it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just I'm riding
Yeah.
the dragon.
Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful work.
Thank you so much. For,
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting this today. I thought it might come up in tantra, but thank you.
Yeah.
And thank you everyone for holding space as well. Oh, and thank you me for being brave enough to express myself without trying to shut it down and hide.
Yeah, it's inspiring. Yeah.
Thank you.
This is what we all need, and not just once, like, right, this is really what helps us to move through this shame and fear. Oh, sometimes need a good cry.
Yeah.
And Miriam, you wanted to share something as well. You had your hands up.
I think you need to unmute.
Yeah, she's unmuted. I think it's a headphone.
She's unmuted. Yeah, I'm a fit button. I'm unmuted. I just I just wanted to thank you because in the beginning she wants to talk with me. This is sometimes really Anita, when you when you started, she's not a little one. She's a Belgian Malinois, so she's a big she's really a big one. But she was like, you know, like a little on my shoes, on my seat, and my when you started, Anita, she was sitting with me, and she was really calm and was so beautiful because she was like, you know, like my little dragon on my and was sitting with me, and I was just this connection when she was so calm the whole time, and I was really also thank Laura. I had the cup I got from you a few years ago to drink the cacao, and when you got the Anita, when you got the incoming from and you spoke this light language, I felt so familiar because I started with my dog to speak. I learned it from a 3-year-old because when I want to say her that she should leave something, I'm just calling bazoo, and she just leave it. And then I started to speak in my own language, and people ask me, what language are you speaking? And I'm like, oh, it's some kind of light language. I don't know. But it makes it so, and I felt so familiar to hear your voice and your speaking, and I was like, yeah, I know it.
I understand it. And I'd also really thank you for taking part of this birth. You were just taking part of. I really felt it the same when you, when you started speaking, crying. For me, it was the same, like birthing myself again. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Miriam. This is the start, isn't it? This is recognizing our power, and we can feel it usually through these things that can be a bit uncomfortable. But when we want to, when we have intentions and dreams and visions, we need to first make friends. We always think like, okay, I need to just work towards my goal, and I don't know, find the power to go. But we first need to recognize what we're already, or usually our subconscious is already doing with our power right now, in order for it then to be using it towards we're already using it. It's just redirecting it. That's often things. So the rebirth is a good word for this as well, isn't it?
Yes. And what's coming through really strongly for me is that actually we as women are the fearsome creatures. We are the fearsome, beautiful, and possibly even deadly creatures who have the power of life and manifestation. And we hold that and we carry that, we embody that. And our Kundalini Shakti, if you like, that creative life force within us, it has been suppressed for such a long time. And we're starting to feel that stir within us now. And by it's almost as if, we've forgotten how to do it. We've forgotten how to believe in ourselves. We've been crushed and trodden on and suppressed. So by calling in our powerful shamanic animal allies and spirit allies, such as dragon, they can help us remember. And that's remember. A member is a limb. And so to remember is just to make ourselves whole, to put those missing pieces of ourselves back together again, put the limbs back on our bodies so that we are becoming more complete. We're becoming more of who we genuinely are. We are starting to allow that Kundalini Shakti, the feathered serpent, to rise within us, and to suffuse ourselves with creative life force energy. And it can be frightening because then you start to be seen, people start to see you, and you're a bit different to everybody else, and that can evoke reactions from other people. So again, calling in the dragon ally to help us to stand in that power, to stand in that sovereignty, to stand in that beingness and authenticity of who we truly are as women, without societal programming, without societal pressure, but strong, powerful creatrixes.
Yes, because only then can we, also be the beacon of light for others. And you said this so beautiful, and Anita's going to close this space now as well because we're nearing the time. But at the beginning it's perfect, probably. I remember when you called it the colibri, and you said, "Let us be the sweet nectars for others." To draw in the others. Let's not draw, get our attention or our leadership energy power through hate or through competition. Let it get through us being sweet for others, attractive through being in our power. Yes, it might repel some, but those are not the people for us. But those that are attracted by us living our dragon force and our creatrix power, they will, you all on the call, you will want that too for yourself. And that's what the aim is, isn't it? So let us come into our power so that others come into theirs. Because only that is true sovereignty. That is true reciprocity with land and people. Thank you for mentioning this again, Anita. And it really stuck with me. I want to be sweet, a powerful sweet, but So if you would close the space for us, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, powerfully sweet. Okay, so coming to the close of our ceremony now, and just maybe moving your body a little bit, shaking your butt on the chair, shaking your body a little bit, shaking a little bit more, allowing your body to vibrate and feeling the vibrations of all the new energies that you found within yourself, shaking them up a little bit. Oh. Allowing your nervous system to feel differently. Oh. Blending those molecules of cacao with all the different molecules of the different feelings and energies. And taking a breath in and filling yourself up all the way up to the top. Holding it there for 1, 2, 3, 4, and letting it exhale through the mouth. Just breathing normally now. Allowing these new energies to land. And now coming into the heart space. And smiling into your heart. And this is a smile of gratitude. Deep gratitude. To our hearts. To Mama Cacao. To Dragon. To this circle of beautiful hearts. And giving thanks. Giving thanks to our true, genuine and authentic guides, guardians, guardian angels, archangels, legions and beings of 100% pure love, light and benevolence. Giving thanks to our ancestors. Giving thanks to our power animals, our plant spirit allies. The ascended master beings who work with us. Our dragon allies who are waiting to work with us. And giving thanks to the directions. To the winds of the south, great serpent, we thank you for your presence here today. Aho. To the winds of the west, mother, sister jaguar, we thank you for your presence here today. Aho. To the winds of the north, hummingbird, we thank you for your presence here today. Aho. To the winds of the east, great eagle, condor, we thank you for your presence here today. Aho. To Mother Earth, Pachamama, we thank you for your presence here today. Aho. Father Sky, the sun, the moon, the great star nations, we thank you for your presence here today. Aho. Now placing your hands on your hearts. To the great center, to the heart, our sacred hearts. We thank you for the essence of divinity here today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Aho. Now declare this space closed. With whatever beautiful energies of love and light that are not taken in by ourselves, for those to be gathered up and sent to those on this world who really need it the most right now. Aho.
Thank you very much, Anita. This is powerful work, and I can't wait to do it with some people in person. It's like, I don't know how you are after all these years of online ceremonies. I just want to be with other people and feel this power so much and like hug each other and be like, yes, you go. But I'm also really grateful for the online to see you all, especially across the countries. And that makes me super, super happy too, because you know, I also know you're going to go into your day now feeling this little spark, and really allow cacao to fuel you throughout this day, and take that inner part with you. Like really, really, whenever it comes up again, be like, oh, thank you for being here, because yes, I invited you along. And take that power back, basically, you know, by saying, yes, I want you to be with me. And over time, I guarantee you, you will be able to work together and redirect that power. And if you want more of this, then come to Wales with us. I'd love to have some of you.
Oh my God, come to Wales. we're going to be at the most magical place, Kai Mabon, which is a legendary eco retreat at the very, very foot of Snowdonia. It's like a hobbit village. It's got this crystal clear stream running through it. It's already a kind of the most wonderfully transformative place in itself. It's just magical. There's nothing quite like it.
I still can't believe that we actually got this place. Like, this is thanks to Anita, by the way. She's been there before. She's held her birthday Eleanor of the Ways retreat there.
Yeah, and so we're going to be shamanic journeying to find our dragon allies. So if you haven't already found your dragon ally, I'm going to be taking you all on a shamanic journey. We love a journey. It's always such fun. We're going to be journeying into the upper world to meet with our special dragon allies, and then we're going to be that will be the start of the relationship that you have, cultivating a relationship with your dragon ally. I'm going to be doing some dragon healing and repatriation. That's like quite a different.
For those that don't know, it's kind of like, you know, repatronation, like reparenting, almost like we do with our inner children when we let them come up and be like, yeah, we haven't been heard by the mother, and then we start to tell them, like, you know, your mother couldn't hear you because, you know, she is a human in herself, but I'm gonna parent you now, that sort of thing. And Anita can do that with the dragons as well.
And Laura's going to be doing sacred leadership mentoring. We'll be having daily cacao practices. So I mean, cacao plus dragon plus wild nature immersion is going to be absolutely, I don't know, I mean, it's quite the combination. The beautiful man that runs Kai Mabon, the guardian of Kai Mabon, Eric Madden, who's an elder, a druid, and a published author. He's a mythological storyteller. He's like a library of like the Welsh myth. He's going to be taking us on a sacred pilgrimage to the Dragon Mountain of Dinas Emrys, which is the legendary mountain where the red dragon and the white dragon, that's the red dragon of Wales, fought each other. And Merlin actually stepped into his power. So this is all about the leadership and stepping into your power, this place. It's a place of power and potentiation.
And initiation. It's the initiation.
Initiation, yes, absolutely, and potentiation. where Merlin stepped into his power. And
Marcus Pratchett, so I mentioned him earlier briefly. He's the author of The Secret Life of Chocolate. So if you've done, some of you have done the cacao training with me, right? And I quote him a lot, like a lot. Like, not for Verena, because you've done the cacao training with me before his book came out, but you still since heard of it. So because his book came out in 2020, and I got it right away, and I like devoured it. And it's hard to devour. It's like really heavy load. It's like this big. But it's like a dragon book full of source of inspiration. He's insane. He's so lovely, and he will give us a medicinal property talk about cacao, and not like in the senses, you know, how we say, oh, cacao's heart medicine. Like, he literally is going to talk us through medicinal properties, like in the classic sense as well. So
yeah, like it's got the phenylethylamine, it's got the anandamide, it's got what he calls the fairy dust chemicals. He'll go through the kind of the science of it bit by bit.
Fairy dust chemicals, yeah, just let that
fairy
sink
dust
in.
chemicals. And he's going to take us on a herb walk where we're going to explore the different herbs that are around the place. So he's going to go through the medicinal properties, and then after he's gone through the medicinal properties, I'm going to share with you all how to communicate with the spirit of the plant shamanically. So we're going to do plant spirit communication, as well as kind of understanding the medicinal qualities of all the different herbs.
And we've got Freya with us. She's my Scottish witch friend. She's going to tell us how to forage the local plants and make them into anointment oils, ritual oils, you know, like actually use the plants on our body as well.
And because the final day is Mabon, it's like harvest. So we're going to have a Mabon banquet to celebrate. I think
which is the autumn equinox, for those that are not familiar with the Celtic mythology. But yeah.
Yes, autumn equinox. So it's a really liminal, special time, and I'm sure we'll have a celebration. We'll have a dance. We'll have a disco, something. Yeah.
I think that's the sort of thing that naturally emerges when the dragon and the cacao meet, and like for 5 days we'll just be like in it. So yeah, absolutely. And we have, so with Marcus, we also have our own astrologer with us. So he's really into like the nocturnal herbs and the astrology in the sky, and we have a full moon in that week as well. So it's powerful because it's in 2 moons. Like, we are now gathering under this full moon in Capricorn, the second, the blue moon this month, and in 2 moons we'll hopefully gather again with some in person.
Yeah.
Thank you, Anita, for saying this. You're good at this. You're really good at this.
No, the other day when we were doing our webinar, I was just finding it so distracting seeing my face on the screen that I actually had to cover myself with a post-it note.
You didn't have to do that today, did you?
Yeah.
So is there, now that you had a bit of like, you know, a bit of a break and us just talking about the power of all dragon cacao and our retreat, but is there still something that comes up within you? So especially after this journey, before we depart, feel free to take up the space. Are we feeling all good and complete for now? If there is something coming up later, I will send you, by the way, about the retreat, I'll send you an email, a follow-up email for integration, maybe with a song or 2 as well. And then that comes later today. And with the recording, so you can also do the journey back, because it might help you to just do it again. Yeah. And that, especially that part with meeting, and you know, and also obviously Anita's beautiful invocation, you can do that with another cup of cacao. And I'll send you information about the retreat. The price is still discounted until the 1st of August, so it's the last week of getting the early bird. And then that might be if those that are interested. And if there's any questions come up, you can always reply to that email. Say like, you know, Gina, especially for you not having had a cacao ceremony, you probably still had cacao before, but again, cacao is such a subtle medicine, but once we engage with her intensely and really intentionally, things might come up, and that's totally normal. This doesn't mean that you know, oh, cacao is not for me, and it, you know, just has a side effect. Not at all. It's actually wanting to surface something and show you something. So don't hesitate reaching out to us, to me or Anita, and just share what you experience. Maybe something else comes up in the dreams as well. Pay attention to your dreams and your surroundings. For those with the mother memories, maybe your mom even calls. Like, these things happen. Pay attention to them and be compassionate. Thank you. Right, this is it. Have a beautiful day. Enjoy the full moon. Oh yeah, full moon power. Be ready. Be ready. All the challenges and tests that come up on this weekend, just take your dragon ally and go for it. Have a wonderful, wonderful time.
Yeah, lots of love to everybody. So much love. Dragon love, cacao love, all the love. Yeah.
Bye, everyone.